Feels like the good old days, back in the Channel Tunnel with the bike. How awesome is this? This wasn't really the plan. Yesterday, I decided that I was going to do a bit of an overnighter tonight, so I packed up a few things, got them ready. I was going to go to Wales in the Gower and just enjoy a night away. Only had one little thing this week, and if I moved that till Saturday, it meant that I could have the rest of the week off and do something. So we'll see. Maybe I'll stay in the Gower for a bit longer. And then this morning, I was at the gym with Elias about 10 o'clock this morning, and I said to him, well, I've got so much time free now, I could literally go over to the continent and have a little ride around. So while we were there at the gym, I went on to the Channel Tunnel website, booked a slot for this afternoon, and just rode down. And obviously I didn't film much on the M4, the M25, M26, M20. It's the most boring road in the world. And I don't know about you, but the M20 seems to be the coldest bit of motorway ever. It's so windy. So I'm going to get over to France now in about half an hour's time. I'm probably going to hang a left and go over into Belgium. I might even try and get to Germany. I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those kind of mystery tours, but I've got my whole kit with me. I love stuff like this. And Lilian is so cool with things like this as well. I was like, babe, you don't mind if I just jump on a bit of a solo trip with my tent again, do you, for a few days? And she's like, nah, you go for it. I'm kind of in my happy place. There's not a lot going on the Channel Tunnel today. Not many people on this train, which is great, because I can do videos like this without feeling really stupid. Packed fairly light, some tools and stuff in that bag there, with a pillow, camera bits and bobs, pair of shoes, a towel, that's about it in that one. And then this side, I've got my clothes. So I've got about 3 pairs of boxers, a few t-shirts, a pair of jeans. What else have I got? Some socks, some toiletries. Obviously, I've got the wingman of the road, the goose, that's great. And one of the things I wish I'd done when I went down to Turkey was have a little bag with me. Just something so that I can, if I'm going walking around, I can throw my valuables in there and take them with me. I actually forgot to take a little bag with me when I went down to Turkey that time. Every time I stopped, I didn't know what I was going to do with all my stuff. So I brought that with me. On the dash, obviously, I've got my phone connected to kind of a fake quad lock thing. This thing here, you just stick it on the back of your phone case, you click it in. I think the quad lock's like 50 or 60 quid, but that one was $9.99 from Amazon. And then I've got my DJI Action 4. It's either mounted on the helmet there or mounted on the handlebars. I got all kinds of mounts all over the place. So I've got this thing here where I can mount my other kind of gimbal camera too, which I'm using now. The bike is running sweet, absolutely lovely. I'm excited to be back on the road with her, to be honest. It's kind of what it's all about, isn't it? So I'm going to get myself over to France and then see what we do. I need to get some food. I'm really hungry. So here I am. We'll see where it takes me. So here we are. We've arrived in France. The weather looks good out there. Happy about that. Hope it's warm too. I've not gone for the healthiest option, but that'll do it all day long. It's 6:15. It's time for me to figure out where I'm gonna go. So like, it's not like the warmest. It's not too cold, but it's definitely not like warm. It's blowing a bit out there. I'm gonna have some food and figure out where I'm gonna go. Can't be too far away, maybe another 2 hours riding. I don't want to be setting up camp in the dark. It might be convenient to go to a campsite tonight if there's one. You can't really beat the good old-fashioned Whopper. I used to work at Burger King. When I moved to Sweden, I had to get a job in order to get one of these Swedish personal numbers. But it's difficult to get a job when you don't know the language. But I was looking for work in Stockholm, and I went to Burger King to get some food, and I asked them if they had a job, and they said, yeah, we do. And I said, well, when can I start? And they said, well, you can start now. So I literally just had to eat my burger and then go and work. And I worked for Burger King for about 18 months while I was kind of getting established in Sweden. And I learned the language while I was working there and everything, so it was a brilliant job. So I've got a lot of good memories from Burger King, but in those 18 months, I think I ate over 500 Whoppers. I still think it's a good burger. There's no campsites that are open. It's too early in the year, apparently. So I've got the choice of, do I stay in France and bomb it around France, or do I head over into Belgium and then over into Germany? I think I had a thought of maybe trying to get up to Hamburg, but that is 13 hours of riding, equates to there and back from here, a whole day of riding. That is actually a lot when I've got to make it back here for Friday at like 12 o'clock or lunchtime. That would be quite a lot of just sat in the saddle. Having said that, I don't have a whole lot else to do than just ride. But that would mean that I would need to do like 6 hours tomorrow, 6 hours Thursday, 13 hours on. It's not going to work. It's too far. What should I do then? Should I stick to France? So maybe a little bit of planning might have helped, but such is life. When you decide in the morning that you're going to go and ride onto the continent that day, then of course there's going to be a little bit of stuff that's not planned that well. So the sun's going down in about an hour's time. I'm thinking my main thing now, I've eaten, is to go and find somewhere to camp. So I'm going to head basically into the local national park, which there is a million of here in France, and I'm just going to pitch up somewhere. So I'm heading for a campsite, but I think the campsite is actually closed for the season, so I don't think I'm going to get in, or it's not opened. The season hasn't started. So I'm going to head for that campsite, because I'm guessing that campsites are usually situated in places that are covered with like forests and nice stuff. I'm just kind of assuming that they wouldn't put it in the middle of a town. So it's only about 20 minutes ride from here. So I'm going to head there. If that's closed and I can't get in, then I will find the nearest forest, ride the bike in there somewhere and start setting up camp. I could do with finding some water. That might be helpful. I've put on my sat-nav that I can't use any motorways, I can't use any toll roads, nothing like that. It's just the open country roads of France. Well, this is good fun, isn't it? The campsite's closed. What am I gonna do now? I'm in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna go into the forest. Happy days. To be honest, it doesn't seem too promising, does it? But we'll see. It always seems pretty quiet right here. Camping, 300 meters. Pretty sure there ain't gonna be no camping open right now. In which case, I head for the mountains. Oh, hang on. Hello?
If you want, it's possible. We have a mobilhome rentals with a kitchen, toilets.
Is it close here or?
It's here, and if you want, it's possible to sleep in the mobilhome. If you sleep in your tent, it's 14 euro, and if you would like to sleep in the mobilhome, it's 20 euro.
Well, this was really helpful. They're not even open yet, but he's gonna let me use one of their caravans for 20 euros. I love it when stuff like this happens. Got my bottle of water. I hope it's not that caravan there. Really pleased about that. So it's going to be 15 euros for me to sleep in my tent, or it was going to be 20 euros to stay in a caravan with hot water and everything and a nice warm bed, because tonight I think it's going to be a bit chilly. And it gives me a chance to sit down, charge all my devices and figure out how I'm going to tackle the rest of this trip. So, and got myself a bottle of water, absolutely ideal. Should probably put my cap on because I got a helmet here, undoubtedly. What are the chances of that, huh? What are the chances of that? I'm really pleased. But the French countryside is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Cannot be beaten. Well, I don't know, it probably can be beaten, but I just love it. The long kind of winding roads and that kind of sense of freedom you get in France, because when you get out of the towns and the cities, it's pretty remote, you know. There's not a lot going on, which is really quite nice. I really like it. Whereas in the UK, you can, you know, even though you're out kind of in the countryside, you still got a lot of cars, a lot of traffic, a lot going on. Here, very little. Right. Well, I reckon that's about as convenient as it can get. First night in a little cabin. Obviously, the only thing I've got, though, with me is this bottle of water. I don't even have a beer or any snacks or anything, but thankfully I ate, so I'm not hungry at all. And it is now 8:20 over here. I'm just going to chill for a bit before going to bed, and it's a decent bed, you know. I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight, which is not what I expected tonight at all. I thought it was going to be a bit of a nightmare because it's cold and pitching a tent in the forest. I mean, I like that kind of thing as well. It's fun and game, but I know that this is going to be good for my first night. The weather is getting a few degrees warmer tomorrow, which is nice. So it would be a better experience sleeping in the woods tomorrow than it would be tonight. But I still got the dilemma of like, what am I actually doing? So originally not originally, because the whole thing started this morning. I thought a while back that I'd like to do a ride into Germany and up to Hamburg. But it's just too far. It's about 14 hours ride from here. 14 hours there and 14 hours back. That's 28 hours of riding, plus the stops. So, you know, you're looking at over 30 hours kind of there and back, which when I only have kind of 48 hours-ish from tomorrow morning, it just seems a little bit of a kind of a crash and grab to get to Hamburg and back. So I'm going to have to change my plans. I'm going to make a new destination to get to, or it might be a number of destinations. Maybe I would do a North Coast area tour of France. I don't know. That would be really nice as well. I mean, hey, why not? It's a nice part of the world. But anyway, I'm going to spend a bit of time thinking about that, thrashing that out. I haven't bought anything. Well, I've got some headphones with me so I can listen to some music and some podcasts if I want to. But I've bought this book with me. I'm going to start doing some journaling. Now, when I was when I was younger, that microphone went over there. When I was younger, I used to journal quite a bit. But I haven't journaled for a long time. So I bought this with me in order to do a little bit of journaling. And given the fact that so much has happened over the last few months, and I've got a lot to think about for the future, things are changing all the time, I thought it might be a good idea to kind of journal a little bit. Not just a little diary of my trip here, but a little journal, you know, start to journal and get some of my thoughts out and my feelings and all that stuff that we never like to talk about, because I think it's a good time to do that for me. With all the changes that happen around this time of our lives, kind of getting some thoughts down and getting your kind of your head and your heart out on a piece of paper, if that's your thing, or maybe talking at a camera is your thing. I'm finding that that's quite therapeutic for me as well. So I got 2 pens just in case one runs out of ink. I got a bottle of water. I'm sat in a caravan, a static caravan somewhere in France. I don't actually know where I am. I don't know. I'll find it out and I'll get it posted up here somehow. I'll catch you guys in a bit. This is all very lovely, all perfect. I will be waking up tomorrow morning with a plan of where to go and what I want to see and what I want to do. So I'm looking forward to tonight, getting a couple of hours of just planning and stuff like that. I will catch you in just a bit. Might update you before bed. I don't know, might not. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Thanks for joining me on the random first day of my trip around northern France. See you in a bit.